excited to talk to you about Advanced Camp. Advanced Camp is one of the most unique and powerful programs at Linwood, and it is at a critical time for young people between junior high and high school, helping to equip and prepare them to manage that significant transition. It's a 3-week program that has a wilderness trip, some significant in-camp experiences around our activity areas and Bible studies, and then thirdly has a significant service component. The whole goal of the program is to prepare them and help them understand who they are and how they can stand for Christ and live in healthy and whole ways as they enter the significant years of high school. I think it is one of the best investments you can make at this important time in their lives. We hope to see you next summer. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College. You're watching Wheaton College men's basketball on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Abram Erickson here alongside my partner Owen Phoenix, and we are bringing what is sure to be an interesting matchup tonight between the Wheaton Thunder and the Augustana Vikings. Two teams with CCIW hopes, and you know, Owen, we always talk about games that have CCIW implications or conference implications, and this is certainly one of those nights. As Wheaton, you know, currently sitting at 5-2 in the CCIW, they're tied for second with North Central. Augustana's at the top; they're 7-0 in the CCIW, 15-1 overall, boasting a pretty impressive record. So Wheaton with the chance to not only maybe play spoiler tonight to some of Augustana's hopes, but also improve their position. A win tonight would be huge in their battle for second place over North Central, and also here with Augustana, that would bring them one loss. You know, Wheaton's coming off a couple good games. They've won 4 CCIW games in a row.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. This could be a pretty big game in terms of implications. Obviously, this is the first meeting of the season between these two squads. So moving forward, giving them a 1-0 advantage in the season series would be great going into Augustana next time. Typically, where Wheaton plays pretty well. So that'll give them that little bit of boost that might just elevate them to the level they need to be at. But you're right, having that 4-0 run right now in the CCIW is huge, and continuing that run is going to be really important. CCIW, as we know, one of the best D3 basketball conferences in the country, always so competitive. Many of the teams doing really well right now. If you look, Illinois Wesleyan, always considered a really strong program, right now sitting at 5th in the CCIW. That is incredible. That just shows the level of competition we have here.
All right, Owen, we're getting set for tip-off here. We're going to send it down to the court for the introductions and for the playing of our national anthem. And we're going to do that, and then we'll be back with you set for tip-off here again. We're here in King Arena at Wheaton College. I'm Abram Erickson with Owen Phoenix. You're watching the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We'll pass it off down onto the court to PA announcer Tim Martin for the national anthem and for our player introductions.
Tonight we have your Wheaton College Thunder going up against the Augustana College Vikings. And now would everyone please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Guard, a 6'1" senior out of Denver, number 14, Nolan Ebel. The other guard, a 6'2" senior out of Jacobs High School, number 20, Krishan Orange. At forward, we have a 6'4" junior out of Springfield, number 24, Pearson Warford. The other forward is 6'6" senior out of Davis, number 34, Brett Benning. And at center, a 6'11" junior out of Iowa City, that's Micah Martin. Augustana is coached by Gray Giovanni, who's assisted by Tom Jesse, Dallas Dua, Mark Roth, and Alex Washington. And now, Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At one guard, a 6'1" senior out of Tyler, Texas, number 1, Aston Francis. The other guard, a 6'4" senior out of Medina, Ohio, number 10, Luke Peters. At 1 forward, a 6'5" senior out of Maitland, number 33, Kobe Eichelberger. The other forward, a 6'6" junior out of Grand Rapids, number 35, Spencer Peterson. And at center for the Thunder, a 6'8" junior out of Chicago. That's number 25, Anajuan Spencer. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by JP John Panner, Joel Smith, and Mr. Zach Quam.
We welcome you back down onto the floor here as we get set to tip things off. Once again, thanks for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Getting ready for a matchup between the Vikings of Augustana and your Wheaton College Thunder here inside King Arena. And Owen, something we talked about a little bit before the game is this is a game between two really good teams and two really good defensive teams at that. Two of the best teams in the country in opposing field goal percentage. Both teams holding opposing teams to about 38%. So going to be a defensive battle, but also two teams that can put up points. So I think, defense is going to be a key tonight. And for the Thunder especially, Aston Francis is going to get his points. We know that. But finding some guys off the bench or some of the other starters that are going to bring points as well.
These two teams are suffocating to their opponents, and it's going to show. An advantage for Wheaton having our new player, Luke Anderson, coming in, guard who can hopefully take attention off of Francis.
The tip is up. It's easily won by the 6'11" Micah Martin, one of the largest players we've seen all year, standing at 6'11", 240. Augustana.
The man is a giant.
Looking to set things up early. Goes into him immediately. He's guarded by Spencer Peterson. Good defense from Peterson. Rebound out to Francis. That's going to be an important matchup for the Thunder. Looks like they've got Peterson on Martin. Francis, nice pass down low to Luke Peters. And now the ball's rotated back up to Francis. Gonna see a steal out front. Augustana gets the ball out to 24. He goes up, hits the layup and the foul, excuse me. That's Pearson Wofford.
I don't know why Luke Peters rotated that ball out from under the basket. He had a clean look down low, just passing it back out, leading to that steal.
And Francis not happy being picked clean at half court there. I think he's maybe thinking he was fouled. The free throw by Wofford is good. Augustana takes a quick 3-0 lead with about 1 minute gone. Nolan Ebel and Luke Peters, a matchup we're definitely going to be looking at throughout the night tonight. Ebel, the leading scorer on the Vikings, averaging about 17.2 per game. And Luke Peters, we know, a lockdown defender for the Thunder. We'll be interested to keep that matchup in mind. Now the ball's out to Eichelberger. He drives in. Scoop layup just off the rim, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line for two.
Eichelberger, great at attacking the basket. Currently second in free throw attempts on the team. Shooting pretty well.
79.6% for Eichelberger from the free throw line.
These free throws are going to be a huge advantage for Wheaton. They're great at getting to the line. They're great at attacking the basket. Francis shooting 85.7% from the line. Unreal, especially at the clip he's doing it.
Eichelberger second, rims out.
Francis shooting 112 on the season out of 182.
Jones, the pass deflected, but it gets out. First three is no good. Ebel's first shot missed, but now he gets a steal. Down at the other end, the easy layup after a miscommunication there by the Thunder. 5-1 now the score. Francis guarded by Orange. He drives in and ball goes underneath. We're going to see a really late call there.
Looked like the referee was gauging from the crowd's reaction on that one.
I think he might have actually called that travel on Luke Peters. As you saw, Aston Francis kind of fumbled the ball there, tried to let it go and then take it back up. The crowd wanted a travel, and then as soon as Luke Peters got the ball, the ref called one. So interesting there. Orange pull-up jumper, 12 feet off the backboard, no good. And now Peters looking to run the floor. This Augustana team looks to be pesky in their full-court defense. Spencer Peterson now will try a three of his own, and he knocks it down.
Big man with some rain.
5-4. Augustana leads by 1 with 17 minutes and 50 to go. A nice cut down low. We saw the ball entered in the post there to Martin. He hit Brent Benning on a really nice cut. We'll see it here. Nice job by Spencer Peterson forcing the pass, but Benning just got through the lane. Stays Augustana ball.
That's a nice clean pick by Francis too. Making sure you're getting those turnovers without allowing yourself to foul out is going to be key in this game.
Orange on the outside. He'll take a little hop step three-pointer. It's good. He hid behind the screen there. Aston Francis couldn't get out on him. Augustana now up 8-4.
You hear the term brick wall thrown around a lot, talking about setting screens. That man is a literal brick wall.
Ball down low to Peterson. Step back jumper, no good. Crowd was certainly liking that one as now Orange drives along the baseline. Has to pull it back out. Goes up top. Now Benning wants to drive in with the right hand. Orange, another shot. This one from the elbow. It's tipped by Francis. Good defense there. Rebounded by Peterson. Dribble handoff to Eichelberger on the right wing. And Ajuan Spencer calling his name for the first time tonight. Luke Peters down low. Loses the ball on the baseline as he made a good move on Ebel, but lost the ball.
These turnovers are going to start to be an issue if our scoring dries up. We've seen it happen before. The other teams go on runs and we just allow turnover after turnover. They're going to need to tighten it up.
Two substitutes check in for Augustana. Austin Elledge, number 25, and Joe Kellen, number 32. Pass inside. Finished on the layup. That was 45. 42, excuse me. Donovan Ferguson also just checked in, the 6'9" sophomore. High screen. Peters wants to get the ball to Francis. He's guarded, and now the ball's picked away again. Makes a nice pass from the ground. Goes up, and Luke Peters makes the layup and draws the foul. I've got to admit, I've never seen a pass like that from Aston Francis or from anyone else. Laying on the ground. Just an ambitious one-handed bounce pass down into the short corner where Luke Peters finishes the layup.
And I think that demonstrates something with Francis people don't talk about enough. He puts in the work in the weight room. That was a rocket of a pass from the floor. That is so impressive to get that pass off with that much speed.
Most players at that point would just want to, safely get the ball. As the three goes up, it's good. Knocked down by Brent Benning. Most would just want to get the ball to an open teammate. Well, Francis found the best option there as Peters was open in the short corner. Just a beautiful play from him. Nami Adom is checked into the game. 22, the sophomore. Big part of this offense when he gets the minutes. He goes up a screen, up to the basket, right-handed finger roll, no good. Rebounded out to Ebel. He'll have to pull it out. He's got no numbers, and now he rotated across the top. Elledge guarded by Adam. Now another deep three, this one pulled by Benning. Rebound, Francis. Across the 5-minute mark into this game, and it's 13-7, Augustana leading. Spencer Peterson, another three. This one off the front of the rim, puts him at 1 for 2 on the night. Ebel guarded by Peters. Now a pass. We'll see a foul here on the floor by Spencer Peterson. Pass came into Donovan Ferguson, and Spencer Peterson's going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Looks like Coach Schauer's going to have him playing against some of the bigger guys, as we see Spencer, Anajo and Spencer Peterson both check out. Eichelberger and Trevor Gunter coming in. But Peterson's held his own in these first 5 minutes against the 6'11 Martin and then the 6'9 Ferguson.
You're absolutely right, and that's one of the advantages of having these two-sport athletes. The football team knows how to build strength, and the conditioning he has coming in just allows him to play against these massive humans.
Pearson Wofford put in a 2-point bucket on the other end. Out to Adam. He works inside. Beauty little finger roll, and it's in. Just a great move. Slicing through the lane, laying it up, putting his body between the defender. Kellen on the outside. Over to Wofford, who slipped the screen. Now he goes up for the layup. Muscles his way over Adam. That's a strength play. Peters guarded now by Joe Kellen after Ebel steps out of the game. Francis takes his first three-pointer of the night. It's short off the front of the rim. He had Krishan Orange right in his face. Now Orange comes down, hop step in the middle of the lane. Eichelberger defending. And we're going to see an offensive foul. This one will go against Ferguson. He's not happy about it. Loose ball foul. The Thunder get away with one there as he came down with the offensive rebound.
And if they can get a couple more of those early, that's going to be important. If they can sideline him, they can really get some damage done.
17-9, our score with 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go. We see a full court press put on by Augustana. It looks like the Thunder will just clear out as Ami Adam brings it down the court. We're seeing for the first time tonight Luke Anthony, number 24. Nice inside pass. Aston finishes the layup.
Luke Anthony, a guard who's going to be really important to this team moving forward, if I can guess. Having the ability to score off the bench has been an issue for the Thunder a little bit this season, and having a guard who can take the pressure off of Francis is going to be really helpful late in games.
And just 5, and now we'll see a foul, and not happy about that one, but earlier in that possession we saw a block by Kobe Eichelberger on 44 Martin. Eichelberger's given up a good 5-6 inches there, but was able to rise up. This time they got Francis for the foul. Martin will go to the line. Only a 52% free throw shooter. He misses the first.
Gives into the big man stereotype.
Anajuan Spencer checking in for Eichelberger. Did a nice job on D in the couple minutes that he was in. Martin here for his second. And that one bounces around and falls through the net. 18-11 now, our score with 13 to go in this first half. Adam is guarded by Jelen. Francis works inside with the left hand. Turnaround jumper off the back of the rim.
Augustana putting so much pressure on Francis early, trying to suffocate him.
Jelen on the outside goes over to Orange. We see 23, Lucas Simon check into the game as well. Jelen cross-court pass to Orange, deep three-pointer, he hits it. 4 feet behind the line as he knocked that one down. And our first timeout of the night comes from Coach Mike Schauer of the Thunder. 21-11 our score with 12 minutes and 26 seconds to go in this first half. And we've just seen early, Augustana's knocked down some shots. They've used their athleticism. They've certainly got a size advantage inside. But from what I've seen, Wheaton's played pretty well against some of those bigger players. And, you know, if they come out and put a couple buckets together here, only a 10-point lead for Augustana so far. They've just got to knock down some of their shots, get Aston Francis going.
As we've seen, basketball is a game of runs. It's one of the most cliche things you could say as a broadcaster, but you have to hammer it home. It really is. Coming out, you're right, get a couple of stops, make a couple of quick baskets, and it's a 5-point game, 2-possession game. That's nothing for this Thunder squad. Francis so far, a bit slow to start, but not too bad. 1 for 3, but they've just been playing help defense on him constantly. He's never near the basket with less than 2 defenders, and it's becoming an issue. What do you think they have to do to get out of this?
Well, they're going to have to work him around some screens, I think, get him cutting. You know, Aston does so much of what he does when he has the ball in his hands, and he's certainly a great isolation player. So if you get the chance to get him with the ISO, have him up top against one-on-one on a defender, I'm going to take Aston every time.
Something you mentioned was the cutting. We've seen Aston play a lot of off-ball this season. Not so much tonight, but we've seen how effective that cutting to the basket has been for him.
Another full court press put on by Augustana. Anthony inbounds the ball to Adam, and he'll clear out. Evil's back in. Anthony now with the ball in his hands. Goes to Spencer on the block. Trying to pivot. Goes up, and 2 shots for Spencer. As looked almost for a second there that the referee was going to call an offensive foul there. Instead, we see Spencer go up here. Defender certainly got ball, but had him with the body before, so he'll head to the line for 2.
That was a great move by Spencer, leaning into contact, getting to the line. This Augustana squad has shown to be so impressive offensively this season, having to beat one of their opponents. North Park they beat them 109-64. So being able to get some of their plays into foul trouble and get to the line is going to be really important for this team.
Spencer hits the first. Aston Francis and Trevor Gunter step out. Second knockdown as well. Peterson and Luke Peters both check back into the game. Now we see that Augustana coach Greg Giovanni is not happy. Let's see what we do here.
Are you going to give him a tee? Looks like.
He came right out to the center of the scorer's table and just unleashed on the referee there. Doesn't look like he'll get one, though.
I am shocked that he did not just get a technical.
He's back on the bench now as Ebel brings it up the court. Simon over across the top. Into the corner. Benning. Jumper no good off the back iron. And you see a hold on Spencer Peterson underneath the basket. A foul he's not happy about, and one he really shouldn't have committed. Let's see it here. He's got to get big to box out Micah Martin, but that just looks like a clean box out to me.
Yeah, it looked like he may have had a little bit of a hook over his arm, but it looks like his guy on the other side sold it pretty well.
Peterson gives up 5 inches there in that matchup. Now it's switched over to Gunter. Little step-through move. Ball rolls around, hanging up on the rim. Anthony comes down with the rebound. Foul going to be called on Martin.
Good play by Anthony there.
Coach Schauer certainly wants to travel on that one right there. He thought Martin picked up that pivot foot, but that ball just hung on the back of the rim, and Anthony swooped in to grab that, held it strongly before he was fouled. And Anthony, we talk about it, from Wheaton North High School, went to Dayton University and played on the football team there as a freshman, was redshirted. Now he's back at Wheaton. Spencer fouled, and he hits the bucket. A floater, and we see him there with the little shimmy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's what you need. That confidence is going to carry through.
You see him here just trying to find a guy. Wofford gives him that left side, and he goes up right over Benning. A nice floater.
And that's the athleticism that you like to see out of Spencer. That's how you really use it, by cutting and getting up and having that arm so free from his height. If he can continue to hone that, that could be deadly for this team.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet tonight, the atmosphere in King Arena, certainly electric as Ebo pulls up, misses his shot. Goes out of bounds, it'll be Wheaton ball, but Wheaton students back from winter break after a couple weeks off. I'm sure King Arena was a little empty here without them, but they're back filling up underneath the baskets here, filling in the student sections. And you know, if this game comes down to be close in the end, I'm sure home court advantage will take over here.
And Wheaton students really know where the fun is. They always come in the second half. Let the team do whatever they do, but come second half, this arena is going to be filled to the brim.
Anthony making a nice drive, goes up, and he's fouled. Nice job drawing the foul there as he went up and kind of stalled in midair before he put up a little layup.
Anthony doing a little bit of everything tonight.
Nice drive off of a flare cut, and now goes up, fouled by Simon.
Wheaton is staying in this game really just with their fundamentals. Not committing fouls. They did exactly what they needed to. They tightened up, stopped turning the ball over, and then they've just been getting to the line. If they can keep doing this, and then Francis has a typical Francis game, scoring 30-plus points, I could definitely see this coming down to the wire, Wheaton coming out ahead.
And Luke Anthony hits both of his free throws, only shot 11 with the Thunder so far, but he's made 9 out of those 11. Ebel, nice pass over to Martin. Now when Spencer jumps, travel is actually called, and Spencer knows that he got away with one there. You can see he jumped up kind of onto the back of Martin, but referee catches him with the travel. Watch it here. Shuffled his feet a little bit, but
I don't know what's more impressive, him getting away with the foul or the fact that he just sat on that man's shoulders.
Spencer now in the corner, and he hits a three-pointer. The lead is 1. And after the timeout, we've got an 8-0 run here. Giovanni will call a timeout of his own, and we can feel the energy here in King Arena.
This is such a fun game already. What a great gift for these Wheaton students coming back. First game of the year. This is what you get to see. Oh, I love it so much.
You know, and Owen, we talked about it. Augustana's scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds. They're 1 for 6 in their last field goals, while Wheaton's on a 9-0 run. We said come out, get a couple of stops, knock down a couple of buckets. That's exactly what they did.
And Wheaton is actually driving Augustana to their season average on opponent field goal percentage. Before the timeout, they're up to 56%. Now they've dropped a full 8 points to 44. If they can continue this pace, continue this pressure, they might drop them that low. Wheaton having a great game offensively so far. This is what they have to do.
And you know, we said about 38% is normally that number for both teams. Currently, Wheaton shooting 54%. So well over the normal number that Augustana holds opponents to.
And what's encouraging is that they're doing this without Francis for the most part. This is what we said they need to do. Get role players scoring, get bench scoring. And Francis can come in when he needs to and get his buckets.
There he is right now underneath the basket. Good cut. He gets brought down to the floor. No foul. Ebel goes to the corner. Simon takes a three. He hits it. A foul is going to be called on Anthony as Pearson Wofford went down underneath the basket. Let's see it here. Ebel finding the wide open Simon in the corner, and you see Anthony gets him there with a hook. Gave him the forearm shiver and sent him right to the ground, so I can see the foul call there. Not going to be shooting as it'll be inbounded by Wofford. Goes into Simon. Works off a screen up top. Goes to the other side. Wofford now works in the paint. Goes out to Orange. Screen up top. The corner. Wofford knocks down the two-pointer. And now it'll be a foul going the other way. Donovan Ferguson. Big man on the court right now. Called for a foul. Basket will count. But the ball will go back to the Thunder. But already the Thunder are in the bonus, so they'll be heading to the line for a 1-and-1.
And that's what you want, especially 9 minutes left. Ferguson already having 2 personal fouls. If they can get a quick third one on him, he's going to be banked for a long period of time. And having that big man out is going to be huge for them, because they don't have a lot of size at the center position necessarily without him.
Apart from Martin, they still got the 6'11", Martin, but Ferguson comes out. Martin's going to have to sit at some point, and that'll give Wheaton an advantage.
That's
Anthony
true.
knocks down the first. That one rims out. Trevor Gunter hustling for the rebound, and then Anthony gets in there. And the crowd erupts as the ball goes over to Spencer. Now Luke Peters has it on the top. Anthony, a three-pointer. It's good! 24-28. The Thunder pushing back with 10 minutes left. Under 10 minutes to go in this one before the halftime. Just a 4-point lead for Augustana. Ebel puts up the jumper. Off the back of the rim. Let's see what the referee calls here. It's a travel as Ferguson goes down. He tried to get the ball away as soon as he could, but came down and slid a little bit on that floor. Referee caught him for the travel.
Anthony going to the bench, but man, were those minutes valuable. Anthony playing 6 minutes, getting 2 rebounds and assists.
6 points.
That's what we need out of this bench. Anthony is going to be huge for this squad moving forward this season. You can already tell.
Cade Aliath checking in the game for the first time. And now a steal. Out in front is Joe Kellen against Adam. Lays it up, it's no good. Great defense, Adam, not fouling.
Looked like Adam got a hand on that ball, too.
Francis outside against Orange. Tries to go in. Step back, turn around. A little short. Rebounded Martin. Kellen passes to Wofford, who's guarded by Spencer. He just puts up the jumper off the front and the back of the rim. Cade Aliath, nice box out on Martin, allows Francis to come in and get the rebound.
For maybe the only time this season that I can recall, Francis having more rebounds than points. 4 rebounds, 2 points.
Francis hits his first three-pointer of the night.
Never mind. All right, 5 points.
And hopefully the Thunder, that is the start of something here. That's Francis now with 5 points. Orange outside, it's now a 1-point lead. Kellen, guarded by Adam, a high screen. Wofford drives strong with the left hand. Pump fake, ball goes up, it's way too strong. Rebounded, Spencer.
I think Spencer may have deflected that one.
Luke Peters wants to push, and he does, drawing the foul. Slicing between 3 Vikings players. Heading to the line.
You can see right here, Peters is so deceptively quick with just that one step right under the basket. He's so good at being able to get to the line, just carving through defenders. They can't seem to get in front of him.
Looked like Coach Schauer was not too happy with Luke there, as he did drive it into 3 Vikings players, but after knocking down the first free throw, that's a point on the board. We'll see what he can do with the second as Eichelberger comes in for Spencer. Spencer, some great minutes as well. He's leading the team with 7 points.
And for the first time in a long time, we are tied.
Luke Peters puts Wheaton on top.
I'm starting to think I have a gift for predicting.
29-28. Thunder with their first lead of this ball game. Foul outside. Coming off the screen, Kate Aliath wanted to hedge and get out in front. Got a little bump there on Krishan Orange. You see him with the reach there in the left hand. Kellen will inbound from the sideline. 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go in this one. Now we see a little weave action up top. Handoff. Orange. He gets all the way to the basket. Luke Peters, great defense. And now he's on the run again. Outside to Francis. Francis behind the back dribble, and now a spin. Putting on a ball handling display. Goes up and under, and they get him for the travel.
I don't know about that one. I was watching that pivot foot. Let's see if we can see it on the replay.
A little stutter step there. I think they got him. They're right on that one. Krishan Orange outside. We've seen a lot of pick and roll action between Orange and Martin. Orange wants to go back against Peters. This time he finishes the layup and is fouled.
That was great defense up until the end. You could see Luke's arm come down. Just that flick of the wrist right at the end. They're going to get you every time for that.
Orange heads to the line, a chance to extend Augustana's lead to 2 now that they just took over, regaining the lead off of his layup. Way too strong off the back iron, so it's still a 1-point game with 6:25. Adam will bring this ball up the court. King Arena continuing to fill up, as you said, Owen, as we get closer to the second half. And now they run Francis off a screen. Step back three-pointer. Falling away, in and out. Micah Martin rebound. Ebel wants the handoff. Foul, looks like they'll get Francis. That one called by the referee on the baseline. Let's see Francis here on that handoff. Actually, they're going to get Eichelberger, who is behind Francis. So Eichelberger picks up his second foul. 34. Benning will head to the line. Just under 6 to go in the first half. Benning, a great free throw shooter, 89.2%.
Francis taking a seat. Anthony coming in. Let's see what he can do in his place.
Right now, the scoring breakdown for the Thunder: Anajwin Spencer with 7, Peters with 5, Francis with 5, Anthony with 6. Benning hits the second as well. 25 Elledge will check in for Orange. And we see Ebel putting out a little pressure on Adam. 3-point lead, Vikings. Anthony gets the ball, and they're going to get immediately Austin Elledge. Excuse me, that's Kellen as he came in, reached over the back of Anthony. Anthony will head to the line again.
If Augustana wants to keep sending Wheaton to the line, I don't think they're going to complain. Anthony shooting 3 for 4 tonight. Make that 4 for 5. We'll see how he does in this next one, but Wheaton staying in the game almost exclusively through free throws tonight.
Anthony 11 for 15 on the year, and it's at 12 for 16.
They have 11 points tonight off of free throws, shooting 11 for 14.
Elledge up top. Luke Peters with the steal, and now ball goes. Let's see it. And it's off of Augustana. A great hustle play by both teams as Luke Peters comes charging into the scorer's table, making that save. Namie Adam gets on the floor, gets his hand on that ball, and it deflects off of Elledge. And that's just a hustle play that you've got to see from a team like this. You're going to see that from Luke Peters every time down the court. I can tell you that much. Peters making that thing happen. Adam taking off after him. And it's plays like that.
If you're Shower, that's what you need to see out of your players in a game this close.
Small hustle plays can make a difference, especially in games this close. As Francis drives in, puts up a layup. It's good. That's a difficult shot over top of Orange. I thought he was fouled.
The refs are not giving Francis a break tonight. There have been so many plays that Francis has just been arguing with the refs constantly throughout this game, just not being able to get a call. At some point, it's got to turn for him, though. He has no free throws, but the amount of times he's been knocked on the ground, I can't believe not one of those was a foul.
Foul was called on the other end. Gunter called for one underneath the basket on Martin. Martin hits the free throw. And if I'm Coach Shower, we've had a couple of guys guarding Martin tonight. Martin as well as Ferguson, 6'9" and 6'11", those two. And it's been Peterson, it's been Spencer, it's been Eichelberger, and it's been Gunter. So you've got 4 guys there that have all played well. They're probably at some point, as now ball comes down, it's a rebound. Benning got that one and went back up and was fouled again. That foul is on Spencer. You see it here. Eichelberger just mishandling that rebound. Fouled. Let's see. No, they're going to get Eichelberger for his second. But as I was saying there, when Augustana has such a height advantage, these guys are going to have to play hard, and you're going to have to expect fouls. That's kind of the truth of it. And, you'd like them to commit as few as possible, but you also don't want to give up easy buckets. And the fact that you've got Eichelberger and Gunter and Peterson and Spencer that can all split time on him is really good for the Thunder, rather than just having to stick one guy there, having him foul out, and that being the end of it.
You're absolutely right, and they've done a good job of spreading out the fouls so far, but they're going to have discipline to not foul when they don't need to. Ferguson as well as Martin, both not great free throw shooters, so having to foul when you can is okay, because you're unlikely to get out of it without too much damage.
And there's Francis, called for his first foul on the night on him as he drives in. Basket's good. And let's just see this move. He baits Orange there with a little step back. Blows right by him, goes up. Fouled on the arm by Simon. Strong finish. 35-35. We're back in deadlock with 4:56. Francis, a chance to give Wheaton the 1-point lead. Smooth as silk. Francis now breaking double digits. He's got 10. Took him a little while to get there as compared to some of his other games, but certainly seems to have the offense running more through him now.
Yeah, he's doing a lot more off ball.
That's a travel. Simon trying to back him down and just picked up that pivot foot.
And you can see the Augustana coach not pleased with that on the bank. Wheaton winning this game through fundamentals.
Anthony gets the ball on the top of the key. They get Orange on the reach in. Francis is going to keep attacking Krishan Orange on plays especially like that. And this Thunder team is just on their feet. Coach Giovanni over on the sideline taking off of his jacket. It's getting hot in here, folks. Francis at the line for 2.
The student section loves it.
First one in and out. The Thunder still with the 1-point lead. We talked about how important defense is going to be in this game. And right now the defense is suffocating on both ends of the floor, almost to a fault. We're seeing so many fouls here. Both teams over the limit of 10 as Francis hits the second, putting Wheaton up by 2. But when it comes down to a game like this, emotions run high, energy runs high. You're going to see physical play, and that's exactly what we're getting here in this first half.
You're absolutely right there.
Ebel charges in. Defense by Peters was good. And now in Ashwan, Spencer just didn't look back for that one as Peterson tried to get it out. Ebel hit Benning down low. Nice little reverse layup underneath the hoop, but Wheaton wants to run. Wofford with the last basket, and now it's 37-37. 4 minutes to go. Francis off of a screen. Now Aliath will give him one on his left. Step back. That pass is deflected. Aliath wise to let it go out of bounds. And here's this little pretty reverse. Ebel with a nice pass to the cutting Wofford, who goes right up and under on the other side. Francis, three-pointer off the inbound. It's short.
Francis averaging about 5 threes a game.
That ball's tipped, taken away. Luke Anthony now on the other end. It's a 4-on-1. He pulls it out, takes the three-pointer. In and out as that one rattles. Orange now on the right wing. And this Augustana team that came out so hot, it's just been negated by great defense on part of the Thunder. This one goes up, Wofford no good. Great job by Spencer down on the block. Peter's gonna take this one all the way to the basket, goes up, puts in the layup over the outstretched arm of Dominic Ferguson. 39-37 with 3 minutes to go.
Peter just so good at shaking his defender. You saw 14 just fly by him with that step through.
Ferguson will take a short jumper. And a great box out down low by Anthony. He managed to box out two guys. Let that one hit the floor first. Francis pass up, and now he wanted it back as he was on the wing. Looks like his heel is on the end line here. We'll go back over to the other side. Trevor Gunter and Nami Adam going to check in for Anthony and Aliath. Anthony, quality minutes here on defense, rebounding. Aliath as well. Not going to show up as much on the stat sheet, but he set a couple of great screens for Aston Francis to get him open on a couple of possessions.
Wheaton's role players do such a good job of doing what they need to be a winning team. It's something you don't see in a lot of squads, but
Ebel hits his three-pointer.
Coach Schauer knows what his players are doing, and he's so good at coaching his team into playing the right way.
Ebel's first points in the night. He averages 17.2 per game. Peters has been holding him scoreless until then. That was his first made shot. Now Adam drives in. Tough little jump shot. Peters gets in there and gets that one as he passes it out to Francis. Looked like he was almost going to come down and get a travel. Now Martin comes in and takes it away from Gunter. Ebel stops and pulls it out with 1:40 to go in the half. 40-39, Augustana leads, and now an elbow jumper. Elledge short and off the rim. Gunter tips it out. Goes off of Elledge, but he's able to track it down before it heads off the baseline. And for the Wheaton fans that we have in this building, we've got a good Augustana crowd as well, making the drive, making things even on both sides. As now pass goes down low. We're on the ground. Jump ball. It's in Wheaton's favor.
Nice play by Adam, getting down and dirty. That's what you want to see.
Second time we've seen him get on the floor tonight. And that's just got to make a coach happy, doesn't it?
Oh, Schauer, I could tell, is just thrilled with how his team has been playing. During the shoot-around, I heard one of the Augustana captains tell his team it's the little things that win games. Ironic that Wheaton has been staying in this game and giving them an opportunity to win by doing the little things.
Got a break in the action here as wipe up the floor, but you're exactly right, Owen. You know, as you look down some of the totals, things are pretty even in terms of rebounding. 18 in Wheaton's favor, over 17 for Augustana. Augustana has 8 assists. Wheaton's got 7 turnovers. 9 for Wheaton, 6 for Augustana. So, you know, things look even, if not in Augustana's favor in some of those categories. But it's some of the intangibles, some of the things that we've seen, those hustle plays, really working inside. One other big area is drawing fouls and converting at the free throw line, something that Wheaton's excelled at in this first half. Peters will drive in, he just loses the ball. Lost the handle as he tried to fend off Ebel. We're now down below a minute. Augustana's got the 40-39 lead. Shot clock is in effect. They won't be able to hold for the last possession. But if they take it down to the clock, Wheaton may have a chance. Orange spins inside, goes up right against Eichelberger, who is standing straight up. Rebound down to Wofford. Now Simon puts up a layup. It's no good. Francis out on his own, behind the back. Goes up, left-handed layup, no good. Eichelberger with a putback dunk. and this place is on fire.
If you don't like that, you don't like Thunder basketball.
The crowd is on their feet. Eichelberger came soaring in to put that one back. And now Ebel will hold for the last shot for the Vikings. They've got a chance to go into halftime with the lead, but Wheaton currently on top, 41-40. Ebel, deep three-pointer, 5 feet behind the arc, no good. Rebounded out to Peters. He'll throw it up to Adamu, who puts up a shot outside the three-point line. It's no good. Ladies and gentlemen, Wheaton Thunder heading into the break with a 1-point lead over the number 2 ranked Augustana Vikings. Let's watch the putback again. Aston Francis down, left-handed layup, off the rim. Eichelberger soars in, gets his fingertips on it, and puts that one back down strongly.
It seems like every time we play Augustana in King Arena, we have some incredible play. Oh, think back about that Ricky Samuelson dagger 3 a couple years ago. Every year, something new. Eichelberger with the athleticism. Man, you love to see that if you're a Wheaton College student tonight.
We're going to head into the break now for halftime. We'll be back for the second half, but the Thunder leading 41-40. And Owen, if they come out with the energy they had at the end of this first half, we're going to have a game on our hands.
Oh, and this crowd loves it. They are fully behind this squad.
Here with me is Owen Phoenix. I'm Abram Erickson. We'll send it into halftime and see you after the break for some more Wheaton College basketball.
Hello, my name is Rob Ribby and I'm director here at Honey Rock, and I'm excited to talk to you about Advanced Camp. Advanced Camp is one of the most unique and powerful programs at Honey Rock, and it is at a critical time for young people between junior high and high school, and helping to equip and prepare them to manage that significant transition. It's a 3-week program that has a wilderness trip, some significant in-camp experiences around our activity areas and Bible studies, and then thirdly has a significant service component. The whole goal of the program is to prepare them and help them understand who they are and how they can stand for Christ and live in healthy and whole ways as they enter the significant years of high school. I think it is one of the best investments you can make at this important time in their lives. We hope to see you next summer. God bless.
I think a lot of today tries to emphasize how much you need to be the individual and how much you need to kind of have your plan set out for you as soon as you reach the end of high school. Vanguard just kind of popped out of nowhere, and the idea of a gap year, spending it in the woods, and I felt like I just needed to take some time away from the kind of rigorous academic world just to kind of recenter myself. I feel like this is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to take a gap year.
For me, going right to college was really kind of a scary thought because I didn't know what I wanted to major in, what I wanted to do. So taking a gap year was a really good chance for me to just grow and mature a little more before going to college.
Once a month we would have professors from Wheaton come up and run a seminar, and those were exploring big questions of faith or big questions that millennials face.
Also, just the Vanguard community itself is really tight, and we became kind of like a family.
I'm very thankful for these people who are willing to push me, but just care for me so deeply, and definitely I think something unique to this place, to Honey Rock, often to Vanguard as a program.
Basically, the whole year was one immersion trip, being here in the Northwoods and interacting with the local community here. Another was going to the Dominican Republic.
It was learning and delving deeper into my faith, but without grades and without this pressure that I've always felt to perform. And I think having the opportunity to learn in such an intimate setting has influenced me in a really positive way.
I think what Vanguard does is it helps you to really discover your true potential and help you to kind of define your own calling.
It's a year of your life, yeah, and you might think, oh, this will set me behind all my friends, but it won't. At this stage in life, you're still so young and there's still so much time to explore the world and to see what you want to study, and you'll have your 4 years of college, but you don't need to rush into that.
The person I am now compared to the person at the beginning is different in a lot of ways, but probably one of the most important ways would just be less anxiety about the future and more of just like present-mindedness and openness to what God is doing and like what His plan is from here.
Yeah, I definitely think looking back on it, taking a gap year and doing Vanguard was the best decision of my life.
Christ at the Core is changing the way that we teach and learn on campus. It's the beginning of a 4-year journey, a pilgrimage, and study of the liberal arts in a Christian community.
The first time I heard about the Core Seminar was in my spring connection of my senior year. So what really stood out to me was what they said that went along the lines of, in order to know your career, you first have to know your identity. And that completely blew my mind, because all the other schools talked about how I could excel in this subject and grow in this career field, but no one asked me who I was. Through the seminar and through my professor, Dr. Keith Johnson, I've learned that being a student is a vocation, it is a calling. The Lord has placed me here and my classmates here for a reason.
The first year seminar is really built around introducing what we mean by Christian liberal arts, and that is not just to study that, but to actually do it. As we read texts, think about great ideas, refine our writing, make arguments, listen respectfully to students that differ from one another.
So homework wasn't a chore. I engaged deeply with the readings because I wanted to come to class with an insight to share and ready to learn from the students around me. It was an exciting opportunity, and I felt valued as an individual with the things that I could share with the classroom as well as learn.
The Christ at the Core and Advanced Integrative Curriculum is important for our students because it gives them an unparalleled opportunity for critical inquiry and to understand how their academic engagement informs their faith, and also how their faith informs their academic engagement.
It's really cool to be in a class that is just combining two very different disciplines, being taught by two different professors, Dr. Townsend just in the Department of Natural Sciences, and then Dr. Barwigan in Christian Formation and Ministry Department, but then seeing how they interact so beautifully in class and how they really just build on what each other are saying.
Students are getting expert knowledge in two very disparate disciplines, and that they're now having to learn how to integrate this. Right. So it teaches them from a liberal arts perspective how to not only take kind of these silos of content and learn it, memorize it for a test, but to see that everything that they're learning contributes to one another.
One of the best things that I've experienced is team teaching and actually having a chance to learn from you.
No, absolutely, that's true. I remember when we had this moment where we were teaching Ursula Le Guin, and I thought, this is perfect, because we've got a literary scholar and a political philosophy person together, and a man and a woman dealing with issues related to gender. And I thought, this is such a great experience for the students to be able to hear us working that out, talking that together.
So one of the outcomes in the first year seminar is to learn how to articulate the gospel. And so we, as a seminar, gathered and went to the basement of the Billy Graham Center and went to the pulpit there and began to practice proclaiming the gospel to each other. It was fun to do it together, to hear each other as we were learning better how to communicate the truth of Jesus Christ.
Part of the seminar experience is that we really build a community over the semester that we are together.
One of my favorite memories from core class was actually not during class, but one night when Dr. Lauber, my core professor, had us over to his house for dinner.
And community really built around that. Having food, having coffee, and having our textbooks in front of us.
This was a really impactful experience because as a freshman first semester, it was so nice to have a night where I could spend time in a home with a family eating dinner. Dr. Lauber really showed that he first cared about us as people and then as students, which made my core experience even more impactful and started off my freshman year really well.
And ultimately, this is what it's about: an education for life, a preparation for a life of service, because Christ truly is at the core of what we're doing here.
Every day, as students attend chapel, meet friends for lunch, or raise their hands in class, they encounter the Wheaton Fund at work, ensuring the excellence of their Wheaton College experience.
Because of the Wheaton Fund. Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, Wheaton students receive a Christ-centered liberal arts education, led by world-class faculty, preparing them for a variety of kingdom vocations.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, all Wheaton students can grow in their faith through chapel, small groups, and real-world ministry experiences.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, students can participate in a more holistic Wheaton experience through extracurricular activities such as clubs, athletics, student government, and more.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, students get to live, learn, and play in world-class facilities. Everything from light bulbs illuminating late-night study sessions to lab equipment fueling discovery in Myers Science Center. It is made possible by the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, the total excellence of a Wheaton education is made affordable for all of our students. And that's only possible when family, friends, parents, alumni give generously to the Wheaton Fund. Because of you, lives are being transformed each and every day on this campus. People that will lead society and serve the church in the next generation. Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whether you've been with us all night or you're just joining us, I can tell you this much: you're not going to want to turn this one off in the second half. Abram Erickson here with Owen Phoenix as we get ready to start the second half in this game between Augustana and Wheaton. 41-40. It's been a barn burner so far, and just been a close one. The Thunder went down early. Augustana having at one point their largest lead being 12, and at one point the Thunder had a lead of 5, and so really back and forth game. We had 5-6 lead changes, especially in these last couple minutes of the first half. We're just excited for what this second half is going to bring, and if the Thunder can play with the energy and just the drive that they were playing with at the end of that first half, I can tell you we're going to have a game on our hands.
It's going to be exciting, and I'm glad we have this Wheaton crowd in the building tonight. They have been so supportive of this team, and they have been so loud. You can tell it's getting into the heads of some of the Augustana players. They have been all over them for every slight mess up that they've had. Wig has been a lot so far. This team, both these teams we talked about in the first half, stifling defense, both committing a lot of fouls. But coming out in the second half, if they can keep up that same energy, this is going to be a game.
You know, in halftime, especially, you always wonder, what does halftime do at a time like that where Wheaton had so much momentum? Augustana was definitely on their heels for a while there, so does halftime balance it out? Does it bring Augustana? Does it give them time to calm down? I'm sure Wheaton's just eager to get back out on this court. I know the fans haven't settled down one bit, so we'll see what the break has done. Is the Thunder now taking the court, waiting for Augustana to do the same. And now the fans are up on their feet. It's going to be important. We've talked about hustle. We've talked about rebounding. We've talked about keeping fouls in check. All of these things and more are going to come into play as we head into this second half. And it's going to be a good one.
Fouls are going to be huge for this Wheaton squad. Most of their big men already having 2. You can't come into this and get a quick foul. Having players like Martin and Ferguson, you need your big men out there.
Ebel gets the first inbound, and it's over to Wofford. Orange has it on the top now. Francis and Orange has been a battle that's been going back and forth all game. Peterson, now Martin's on the block. Shot is tipped. Wofford with the rebound down low. It'll stay with Augustana. Peters works around the screen and now gets up to help. Benning, puts up a little floater. No good. Rebound, Spencer Peterson. Kicks it out to Francis. Goes across the court to Eichelberger. He's hacked as he go down to the other end, and we'll be heading to the line for 2 quickly. One thing that I think is really telling is what Augustana did on this first possession out of the break. They immediately got the ball to the right side. They entered it into Micah Martin, the big guy. And, you know, he's been guarded by Peterson, by a couple of these different guys all night. Peterson just did a great job there to stay strong. Someone helped off, got a block, tipped up the shot. They didn't get the offensive rebound, but were able to alter that shot here as Eichelberger makes his first. But I can see Augustana trying to go back down low, get some of these Thunder guys in foul trouble. But if they played the way they just did on that possession, that's going to be a tough thing for Augustana to do. Eichelberger's second is no good.
They're really trying to bait Wheaton into making the mistakes here. Just have them beat themselves. So we'll see if they can do it, but Coach Schauer has coached this squad so well, I don't see that happening.
Now Benning's the one down low. Spencer, a great job. A second time where they've gone in the post. Could be a theme here in the second half. Guard play has not been great, as now Peterson puts up a 3. No good. Rebounded Peters. He goes up, heads to the ground. No foul called. And now Aston Francis with a steal. All alone with Orange. Goes up, puts it off the glass. Too strong. Ebel on the other way. He goes up. Layup blocked by Spencer. We see guys falling around this court, flying around, and now things stall a little bit as they just have to get the ball back up top and reset.
Already such an aggressive second half. These teams both want it so bad, you can tell.
The halftime wait certainly didn't slow things down. It might have even sped them up here as Orange works inside. No good. And it's an offensive foul on Micah Martin. Spencer Peterson is fired up. Martin's second foul. And already 2 fouls on Augustana here in this second half. Being in the bonus was a big part of Wheaton's attack in the first. If they can get quickly into that bonus again, it'll bode well for them. Francis in the post. One-legged jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound, Wofford, and now to Ebel. Pass down low, it's into Martin. Peterson goes up. This one clangs around a couple times and falls as Martin gets his first bucket of the second half.
That was great defense by Peterson. That time Martin is getting the best of it, but good job staying straight up, keeping your arms stiff, not letting Martin draw a foul.
And that's the 5 inches of height, and however many more inches that means on wingspan. Martin's just able to reach over the arm of Peterson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Francis, step back 3. Passes down low to Peters, who's all open, and now he hits Spencer. We'll see a foul. It'll be on the baseline, not on the shot. Looks like somebody got Luke Peters on the head. We'll see it here. Peters has a wide open lane, didn't quite take advantage of it quick enough. Wofford, it looks like, was the one They got Peters on the head there. Martin checks out, and so does Wofford. 42, Donovan Ferguson checks in, and so does Simon, 23. Spencer, little lefty hook, just swirls around the rim and doesn't drop.
Good look, though. That was a good move.
Tie ball game here, 42-42. Benning, who had an impact in the first half, now over to Orange. Orange will pull up an elbow jumper. It's left. Spencer soars in to grab that one. Peters wants to push. Gets it out to Peterson. Now Francis up top, wants to step back, goes inside. Ebel just playing some tough D, and now Francis goes down. He's a little slow to get up on the other end. A great job staying straight up by Spencer Peterson there. The bucket dropped from Ebel, but he easily could have fouled him.
Coach Schauer can't be more pleased with how Peterson has been playing tonight, doing exactly what he needs to shut down the other team.
Off of a curl cut, ball slips through Francis's fingers. Ebel pump fake, and now he's the one that heads to the ground. Francis gets the ball, kicks it out to Eichelberger. Eichelberger goes up against Benning, spin move, stripped away. Up the sideline is Benning, who has to circle around and bring it back. Simon's on the outside now. Drives in, kicks out. Benning pump fake. Simon wanted the three, got it down low to Ferguson. Peterson, a great defensive stand there. Arms straight up, and now he goes to Luke Peters. Luke Peters up against Benning. Tipped away. Over to the corner, Orange, one dribble, pull up. It's off. Ebel now the one that'll try. Plenty of time, no good. Aston Francis with the rebound, and now Spencer Peterson's up the court. Throws up a circus shot, doesn't fall. And now almost everyone in the building is putting their hands out and saying slow down to both teams, because we just saw a couple of possessions back and forth where no layups were made. Both teams tried to kick it out quickly. No one was able to do anything.
Full squad substitution coming in for Augustana soon.
And now the foul called against Spencer. Ebel put that one in. And this is a nice move by him as he works around the screen. Spencer tries to stay on, and Ebel's so quick. Gets him across the right arm.
Both teams struggling to score in that stretch we saw. Wheaton down to 40%. Augustana down to 35.4. I think the crowd may be right in just praying for them to slow down. Please, take your time.
Ebel makes the free throw. Augustana's lead is now back out to 5. Looks like it'll be a little bit of full court pressure here from the Vikings, as you said, a full squad substitution for them. The Thunder bringing a couple guys in. He's got to get it to Luke Peters in the corner, and he's trapped. Looks like he called a timeout in the corner. Good presence of mind by Peters to do that, but I know Gunter had to get it in, but he put it right at the spot where the Augustana defense wanted him, right in that corner. Two guys. Peters couldn't get around him. We're down below 15 minutes to go, just about 5 minutes gone in this half. 47-42, Augustana leads. It's been a 7-0 run for Augustana in these past 4 minutes and 26 seconds, as they've scored 7 in the half to Wheaton's 1. So Thunder's got to come out and score here. We saw some great chances on a couple of those fast breaks. 3 layups for Wheaton that didn't go down. Some maybe wanted fouls on those, but just a sense of being a little too hurried there.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And it looked like Francis looked a bit shaken up on that fall he took back there. Sitting on the bench now, trying to catch his breath, but getting some of these bench players in again, I think is going to be helpful for the team.
Peters breaks the press, gets it over to Anthony. Now he drives to the left hand, works inside. They'll call a travel, I believe. Let's see, no, they got him before the travel on the foul. Foul is going to be on Jack Jellin, and now Francis quick to check back in, this time for Peters. Adam Spencer Gunter, Anthony, and Francis, the 5 out on the court for Wheaton. Francis into the corner. And there's a travel there off the jab step. Francis isn't happy. Austin Elledge was the defender there who was all over Francis, but an unforced error there as he's called for the travel.
I was praising the Thunder's fundamentals in the first half. They got to get it back, but we saw this also happen in the first half. A rough start, but tightened it up at the end.
Elledge hits the 2-point jumper from the free throw line. The Thunder have got to score here. Stop the skid. It's been about 6 minutes and they've only scored 1 point in this second half. Got to get back into some kind of offensive rhythm. Spencer goes down, throws up a shot, and it's stripped away. Elledge comes down the sideline. Pull-up jumper. He hits another one. 51-42. Augustana lead is now 9, and those Augustana fans that made the trip are up on their feet. Schauer calls a timeout with 13 minutes and 57 seconds to go.
The Thunder have got to get a bucket to drop. Stop this drought.
It's an 11-0 run in the last 5:28. And during that time, we've seen Augustana take advantage and make some of their shots. Elledge hit a couple there, and they got a couple underneath the basket. The Thunder's defense has been all right. They've only let up 11 points since halftime, which is just an average number for the time that we've been in, but the offense hasn't been there. So the defensive energy stayed high. I think decision-making on the offensive end hasn't been so good this second half.
No, they look... It's interesting. They have a strong defensive presence, and on defense, they look sharp and they look aggressive, but on offense, they just look a step slow. Like they just aren't in it. They just seem like they're in a funk. I think if they can just get a bucket to drop, get a 3, get an and 1, anything to spark that offense, I think you're going to see it catch fire again.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. With the team on the court now, it's Peters, Anthony, Francis, Peterson, and Spencer.
These are all players I expect to make big plays in big moments. So I don't know who it's going to come from, but someone is going to break this drought.
We've got Anthony and Francis on the court, something we haven't seen a lot of this game, as a lot of the time it's been one for the other here in substitutions. Peters up top. Francis has got it here. He works inside. Floater. No good. We'll see the foul. See if it's on the shot. Foul was on number 12, Jack Jellin. It's his third, and Francis will go to the line.
Well, if they can't get points to drop, getting the free throw line is the next best thing. We saw it work to their advantage and use that to spark their offense in the first half. Let's see if they can do it again this time.
Francis misses the free throw, uncharacteristic for him. But like you said, Owen, they've got 5 fouls, Augustana does, in this second half already. 2 more, and we're in the bonus. 5 more, and we're in the double. So, while the Thunder have only committed 1, if they're able to draw a couple more and have the bonus for, say, 8 to 10 minutes in this game, that's going to be really valuable for them. Francis gets back to his normal ways, hits the second. And now it's an 8-point lead for the Vikings. Elledge goes all the way across the court. Spencer pokes that one out off the back of Wofford. He's got to be careful, though, there. A lot of referees are going to get you for reaching over the back like that. Not called that time, but a nice job denying the ball.
That is a risky move. Glad he got away with it, but Wheaton's done a great job of making defensive plays without fouling.
He does only have 1 in this game, so he's among the big guys, but don't have as many, whereas Eichelberger and Peterson and Gunter all have 2. Turnaround jumper. Martin, no good. Francis rebound.
That's a tough shot for anyone to make, let alone a 6'11" big man.
You know, and that's how it all starts. It starts with a stop. Peterson, up top, 3-pointer. Good.
That's how it started in the first half. The Peterson 3 really got the offense moving.
The lead is back down to 5. Wofford over to Kellen, and now back up to Edel. They go to Martin down low. Spencer rotates over, and a nice job to get the steal. Luke Anthony coming from the backside. Outside, Luke Anthony. Cross-court pass. Spencer Peterson will take another. That one's just a little long. Ebel out on the court. 3-on-3 up ahead. Wofford looked like he was going to pull it out. Instead puts the spin move on. Peterson up in the air. And they'll call a foul. Thunder fans in attendance not happy with that one as Peterson picks up his third. Got him on the jump here. I want to see where the foul comes. And I'm not really sure where it is. He bumped him early, but the foul didn't come at that point. It came later. Looked almost like a travel by Wofford before the foul.
Looked like that was an interesting call by the ref there. I don't know if looked like he stepped to the side and maybe bumped his arm on the way up. But that's the only thing I can see.
He misses the first.
And Q Gunter coming in with Peterson getting his third foul.
Yep. Peterson now with 3, Gunter with 2, Eichelberger with 2. As we said, Spencer with 1. Kate Aliath, who was on the bench, now only has 1 as well.
Expect to see those players rotating through Gunter, Eichelberger, and Peterson, needed for the big men that they're playing. I don't think we're going to see those 3 players get any share of floor time up tonight.
Gunter outside. Anthony will take a 3. He hits it. Luke Anthony's second three-pointer of the night comes at an opportune time with 12 minutes to go. Cuts the lead to 3, 52-49. Now Anthony's called with a foul on the other end. A little hip check. Joe Kellen wanted to drive past him, and Anthony didn't slide over quite quick enough. Got him on the bump, and now he'll be under the basket.
France is having a down shooting night, but having that 1-2 punch of him and Anthony is nice to see out there, drawing a little attention away from Francis.
Outside, Kellen will take a jumper. Falling away, didn't get a chance to set his feet, and he missed it. Francis up the sideline. Weaving through defenders. Spin move on the side, gets him to go up. And a beautiful shot underneath. He flicked it up with the right hand. He had the English on it. Got that one to go. 52-51. Wheaton's right back in this. Orange checking back into the game for the first time in a while. Benning, jumper, bounces up and around, it falls. One that certainly looked off when it came off the hand, ended up dropping, and so Benning, as he comes back in the game, has got 9.
This game's been much tighter on defense.
Francis will pull up a 3. Off the back of the rim, Spencer gets the rebound. Spin move up top, little jumper. That one's off the back of the rim, and now we'll see a foul. It's going the other way. I think they're going to get Aston Francis on this one.
Francis has been arguing with the refs a lot. Visibly seemed like I don't know. It seems like the refs are calling a lot of fouls on things that don't look quite that aggressive.
And it's a tough game for the refs in a game that's as physical as this. What do you call, what do you don't? Orange goes in, falls down as he puts the shot out. The saving grace for him was that Aston Francis tipped it before it headed out of bounds. 10:38 to go.
Some of these calls remind me of if some things refs would call in the first half to make sure the game didn't get away from them. And maybe they...
Big slam by Ferguson. Step through, let him go up. Stretch that big 6'9" frame up, get the two-handed jam.
And I think we've all been waiting for that to happen tonight.
Peterson hesitated on the three-pointer. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And now Peters. Underneath. Peters goes up. Oh, good. 3-on-2. Ebel at the point. Drops it back to Simon, who kicks out to Orange. Now Ebel's the one on the outside. Wanted to travel. Ferguson will take a jumper. Ebel comes down with the rebound. Orange outside. Now it's Benning. Benning, spin move. And they'll get him with a foul here. the reaction from the fans speaks enough to that call.
Looks like they got Eichelberger for the shove.
It's his third.
Maybe me and the refs are not on the same page tonight, but I can't. It looked like he spun into Eichelberger. Eichelberger didn't look like he had much of a shove away, but...
Francis getting over. Just read that play like a book. He goes up now on the other end. Left-handed layup. It's good. That's a smarts play, and that's a hustle play from Aston Francis. He saw that play as they lined it up.
You saw him inching closer to the defender there.
Switch on the ball screen, and now they'll switch back. Adam guarding Simon up top. Orange making a cut. He gets the ball. Works inside. Pass down low to the cutting Ebel. Jelen, who hits the reverse layup.
Something to note, no matter how bad it feels like the Wheaton squad is shooting, they're only down 5. And that just shows that even if they've been struggling on offense, they've been keeping up on defense. Now only down 3.
Aston Francis made the layup down on that side.
Looked like he may have picked something up off the ground and thrown it. Not sure what that was.
Ferguson, great job by Spencer Peterson to use his body against the larger Ferguson there. 3-point game. And Aston Francis just blows by, high off the glass, no good as Ferguson slapped the backboard. Peterson gets a hand on the ball. Now Jelen's wide open from the outside. He hits the three-pointer. 61-55 with 8.5 minutes to go in the second half. Peters brings the ball down. Now Peterson's on the outside. Nami Adama, great cut inside. Easy basket. We've seen 2. That's the second now. Peters hit Francis earlier, and now a great job there, feeding Adam for the easy bucket.
These drives to the basket look like they're getting through the Augustana defense somewhat regularly. It'll be interesting to see if Shower starts calling that play a bit more intentionally.
Benning, a short jumper, it's too long. Ferguson goes up and gets the rebound. It's tipped away by Spencer Peterson. Now off his own foul, Peterson didn't have time to recover, so Ferguson gets the easy layup. Adam outside. Works in, goes up against 2 defenders. Foul on the floor. We'll see if they get Ferguson or Simon. Both players seem to get tied up. No shot. Foul will be on Ferguson. Big substitution now.
That's foul number 4 on Ferguson. If they can keep, he'll be sat, for a while now in foul trouble. If they can get Ferguson with one more, or if they can get Martin with one more, that'll be 3 on Martin, and their big men will be really having trouble.
Luke Anthony tried to feed a pass in. Looked like that one went off the side of Martin, but referee didn't see that one as the entire crowd, Coach Shower included, not happy with that call.
The boos are starting to rain down. It takes a lot for this crowd to start getting audibly angry, but these refs have managed to do it tonight in King Arena.
Simon outside of three-pointer. Good closeout by Adam, but he hits it.
We
66-57, 9-point lead.
Wheaton did such a good job of driving them off the line in the first half.
Peters, easy layup on the cut, timeout. Head coach Shower. And he's going to give one to the ref now.
As I was saying, that they did such a good job of driving them off the line in the first half, keeping them limited from the three-point line, just shrinking the floor. It's a combination of Wheaton's been backing off a bit, part of that because of foul trouble, but also Augustana is the number 2 team in the country for a good reason. So they've been sinking their shots. If they can shrink the floor again, I think they will be able to better, get better turnovers and just play better defense.
So with 7 minutes, is a 7-point lead. 66-59 after that layup by Luke Peters, cut the lead from 9. As we come out of the timeout, it'll be interesting to see. Wheaton played well out of some of their first timeouts in the first half. They didn't play so well coming out of halftime. We'll see what this short break does to them and see how Augustana responds as well. It'll be Augustana ball as we come out.
Looks like we have Anthony on the court for Francis right now. Along with,
Francis steps on.
Corrected. All right. Well, that's good to see. Francis got shaken up a little bit in that first half. I don't think I've seen him on the floor that much in a single game in a long, long time.
And here we go. Ebel. Wofford's up top. He drives in, gets Spencer up in the air. Foul, but he doesn't finish. He'll head to the line. Wofford's a pretty good free throw shooter, 79% on the year.
Peters pleading his case. Spencer pleading his case with the referee. Looked like he had his hands down and back, but getting up off the floor, it doesn't help your case.
Wofford hits the first. We talked in the beginning of this second half about how Wheaton had such an advantage on the end in terms of fouls, because already just early Augustana had committed 5 while Wheaton had only committed 1. Well, we've totally seen that flip in these last couple minutes, and now Wheaton has 7 fouls, putting Augustana in the bonus, while Augustana only has 6. Their next foul will put the Thunder in the bonus. Wofford hits the second. Back to a 9-point lead.
This 9-point lead seems to be persistent for them this game, especially this half.
If there's a time to score, the time is now for the Thunder. Can't let things get too out of hand. Spencer up top. He takes the three-pointer. It's short. Simon's out on the far end. Foul down low. They're going to get Spencer Peterson, I believe. And let's see, it's a 1-and-1. Actually, that foul is going to go against Anthony. It's his third. Martin will head to the line. We talked about it earlier, about a 50% free throw shooter in the year. 52. Misses that one. Peters rises up for the rebound. Puts Martin at 2 for 5 on the night. Peters doesn't use the screen and handoff. Peters guarded by Abel. Goes up. Finger roll layup. Beauty move by Francis.
Just like that, Francis up to 20 on the game.
Peterson straight up against Martin. And how many times tonight have we said, great defense by Spencer Peterson? That's a sentence we've repeated, and that possession earns another one. Francis keeping the ball on the string as he goes out. That time, it's blocked, and he's not happy. Looked like Wofford got him on the arm. It's not how it's called. As Ferguson will come in for Martin, Orange will come in for Elledge, and then Benning will come in for Wofford. Wofford's the leading scorer on the night. Abel not having a great night. Like we said, he averages 17, but tonight he's only got 8. Francis a deep 3. He knocks it down.
And that's classic Aston Francis. Angry about not getting the call, then hitting a 3 in their face.
Francis once again guarding Orange. Anthony is on Simon. And Peters playing way out from the basket to guard Ebel. Kicks around. Ferguson down low. Spencer Peterson there once again. Ball's on the ground. We'll see here. Looks like it's a jump ball that'll go the Thunder's way. Najwa and Spencer still not happy. But the ball's going to go to the Thunder. It'll stay with them. Things are loud here in the arena. You can hear the fans. I'm sure you can hear them as well.
This is a tense game between the fans, especially. It's not often we see a visiting team travel this well, but whenever it happens, Thunder fans are so intense, and Augustana fans equally so. So that pressure does make for a fun game, though.
Give the Augustana fans credit for coming out to King Arena and giving it right back to the Thunder fans. Francis puts up a quick three-pointer. Back iron. Now it's 2-on-1. Orange goes inside. Spin move. Gets him up in the air. His layup's no good. Anthony's out in front. He's going to have to slow it down. Gets the ball to Luke Peters. Peterson's in the corner. Looked like he wanted to take the three, maybe. Chose against it. This time he will. Just off the side. Wide left. 4 minutes. 10 seconds. Only a 4-point difference separating these two teams. Augustana on top, 68-64.
Wheaton's playing angry tonight, and that's what you want to see. They seem to do best when they're the underdogs, and they feel it.
Simon's up top against Anthony. Floater goes up, no good. Peterson, a great box out. Tipped away by Ferguson.
Sometimes height's a disadvantage when you're trying to get a call.
There's no call there. We'll have time for a substitution. Pearson Wofford checks in for Simon. We're now under 4 minutes with the 4-point differential we're sitting at here. Spencer outside. Anthony. Peterson now. They want to get the ball to Francis. Dribble handoff. Screen there. Hear the Augustana coach yelling double. Austin unleashes a three. That's no good. If you're Augustana, that you've got the lead, 3 minutes to go, you can say time's on your side. But in a game like this, that 4-point swing can change so quickly.
And we've seen that happen. Wheaton's so good at getting clean stops.
That ball goes off the rim, and Wofford comes down with the rebound. Impressive body control, keeping himself in balance while pulling that one down with one hand. Eagle on the outside, drives in. Orange, Francis got a tip on the ball. Short on the jumper. Peters out front.
Just get a bucket. They have time, they can just get two.
Foul, or timeout, excuse me, called by Luke Peters as he was near the bench. 2 minutes, 37 seconds between here and the final buzzer, and it's 68-64. Augustana has the lead. They've had it for a good part of this second half, but the Thunder just can't seem to go away as they've stayed in it with some great defensive play, and Aston Francis coming out a little bit near in the second half. These last 2 minutes, we can chalk everything up to, Augustana's the number 2 team in the country. They've got the better record. Whatever it is, anything can happen in these last 2 minutes. The Thunder have shown they're going to hang with Augustana. They're going to roll with the punches. So whatever happens in those last 2 minutes, don't look at record, whatever it's going to be. This team, the one that's going to win is going to come out. They're going to hustle. They're going to make their shots. There's going to get stops on defense.
And those stops on defense are going to be huge coming up. Wheaton, 1 foul away from being in the bonus. Augustana already in the bonus, but what Wheaton's got to do is they need to get down low, they need to get dirty, they need to get to the line. We've seen it work for them all game. And they're in the middle of a 5-0 run. Defense slowing significantly in this half. It took them 4 minutes to score 5 points, but they put such a cap on Augustana's offense that it's been working out, but they need to increase that a little bit moving forward. They only have 2.5 minutes left.
Thunder ball now. We have a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Peterson comes off a screen. Francis comes off another. Adam's the one with the ball up top. And now a foul is going to be called. I think it's going to go on Wofford. And that will send Namie Adam to the line. Again, chance to cut this lead to 2 if he hits both of the 1-and-1.
I'm not even sure what happened here. Let's see the replay.
On the spin move here, I think they're going to get him. Looked like he kind of tried to hang on with that left hand. Maybe got a little jersey. Either way, Adam's at the line.
I like the little aggressive finish by Adam after knocking his defender to get to the bucket.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat here with 2:25 to go. That's Wofford's 4th foul. The leading scorer in tonight's game, another one on him. And it's trouble for the Vikings.
And that's a foul that just didn't need to happen either. If you're Giovanni, you don't want to see your players fouling needlessly, especially your top scorer.
17 feet from the basket, that one came. Adam hits the free throw, and it is a one-possession game. Anthony checks in for Peterson.
All the size for Augustana now on the bench.
And that one goes in. 68-66, 2-point ball game. Ebel brings it up the court, guarded by Peters. High ball screen up top. Ball out to Francis, who guards Simon. Foul on Luke Peters, and he's certainly not happy, as that'll send Augustana to the line, something the Thunder do not want to do at this point. One heading to the line is Benning. He's a great free throw shooter, 89%. 1-1. Hits the first.
Still a one-possession game. Wheaton crowd behind the basket doing everything they can to distract them.
Second one is good. It's back to 4. 70-66, 2 minutes to play. And now a steal on the other end. Wofford's out in front. Stop. And he puts it up. 6 points, and that's a needless turnover. 2 points at this point in the game is a big margin.
Now they need to sink a 3 here.
Francis works up top. Step back. That's what he's going to try to do. Puts it up! And the foul! He heads to the line with a chance to bring the lead back to 2.
Potential 4-point play at the end of the game.
Watch it here. He baits him. He baits him. Step back. The foul. Smooth.
That behind the back by Francis is such a killer move. You see defenders bite on that constantly.
Free throw is good.
One possession game. They just need one bucket to tie the game. Francis looks like a madman out into the basket.
Foul. This time it's called on Anthony. Not happy. That one could have gone either way. Wofford and Anthony went at it down low. It would have been Wofford's 5th and would have sent him to the bench instead. He goes to the line. Wofford's 4 for 5 on the night from the line. 80% on the year. And a lot of times towards ends of games like this, we'll see teams foul on purpose to send the other team to the line. Well, we're doing that now. It's just not on purpose. The fouls are sending the other team to the line, as now in the double bonus is Augustana. The Thunder still in the single, in the regular bonus, excuse me.
Yeah, it's the one thing they don't want to be doing is foul, and this can't seem to stop.
Wofford's first is through.
Wofford up to 21 on the game, 5 for 6 from the line.
Hits the second as well. 74-70. Austin Ellis checks in the game for Simon. You see Ebel put a little pressure on Peters as he comes up on the court. Not much though. Peters loses a little bit of handle on the ball, but now Francis has it up top. Drives in, step back, double team. Gets the ball to Peters. Adams on the other side. He's going to drive in. Takes it with the left hand. Goes up. It's off the rim. No good. A minute and 10. Ebel has the ball. Augustana has the 4-point lead. Thunder have got to make a decision here. They'll get it back to Ebel. Another great shooter. 84% from the line. And now it's back to Orange. We see the weave up top. 50 seconds now.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Inside, Orange puts it up, kicks it down low, blocked off the backboard. Francis has it going the other way. 38 seconds to go. Pulls up for the three, and he knocks it down.
Ice in his veins. Aston Francis.
Augustana cannot hold for the last shot. There's a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Everyone is on their feet in King Arena, and they're going to foul. Interesting choice here from Coach Schauer. I can understand it, though. If he hits both, what he can do there is they still have time to take a three, and Aston Francis has hit 2 in a row now.
Like we said earlier in the game, the key, Aston Francis is going to get his buckets, and did he get his buckets? Absolutely, up to 30 on the game.
Orange makes the first. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 75-73. Timeout. Coach Schauer.
This is some of the best basketball I have seen in King Arena. Not even this season, not the past 2. Since I have been at this school, this is the best basketball I have seen. This is incredible by the Wheaton squad.
And whatever happens in these next 20 seconds, you know, we're going to say at the end of this one that whatever team comes out with the victory, both teams played their all. I mean, both teams are on the floor. Both teams are hustling. Augustana, definitely the favorite coming in, ranked number 2, but Wheaton stayed with them every step of the way. It's a game that's seen a lot of heart. And as we come out, we're going to see what Krishan Orange does with his final free throw here. If he makes it, it'll be a 3-point lead. Otherwise, it's still a 2. 20.6 seconds remaining. The shot clock is turned off for the remainder of this one.
Wheaton shooting 42.9 from 3 tonight. Have to feel confident needing a 3 to win, need a 3 to tie it.
Orange. That one's off. Rebounded Spencer. We'll let this one speak for itself, folks. Let's see what happens in these last 15. Ball goes to Francis. 3-pointer. Off the rim. And they foul. Francis couldn't hit on that one. Wofford, we've talked about how good of a free throw shooter he is. If he hits both, he can all but put this one out of reach. Only hits one. You know, with Aston Francis on the court, there's always a chance that he's going to tie it with a 3.
I know Francis has been hot tonight, but I'm surprised they didn't elect to drive in like they've been doing, but decided to go for the 3.
Wofford hits the first. It's a 3-point lead.
Wofford 7 for 8 on the night.
Number 2 is good. Timeout by Gray Giovanni from Augustana. 7.7 seconds to go. Augustana's up 77-73. We're gonna have to see Wheaton go quick. Whatever they decide to do, it's gonna have to be fast. Even if they hit a 3-pointer here, at this point it really doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3, because they're gonna have to get the ball back next possession no matter what. That's going to come from a foul or come off of a steal on the inbound. Something's got to happen, because if you're Augustana, you can play off as much as you want, because the basket here doesn't mean anything. So I'll be interested to see if Augustana, I'm sure they're not going to let Aston Francis take a 3-pointer. Their main thing is not fouling. They'd rather have him make a 3-pointer with no foul than to hit him with a foul and maybe have him have the chance to make one. So Thunder will have to inbound from full court. Definitely a disadvantage here as they have to go the full 94 feet in the 7.7, and they've got to have some left over.
And Anthony is still in the game too, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to use Francis as a magnet, get Anthony open for a clear 3, going 2 for 3 on the night. He's having a great night as well.
Ball comes into Francis immediately. He's got to work up the court. There's a trap. We see him step up. 3-pointer. No good. Peterson tips it in, but it goes out, and that's the game, folks, as Augustana takes the victory 77-73.
And what a game by that Thunder squad tonight. Just having an incredible time out there. Obviously not the result these fans and Coach Schauer would have liked, but still, you can't be upset about losing to the number 2 squad. Like we said, not an excuse, but these teams both played so well. Expect them to possibly meet again in the CCIW tournament, and we're going to cut to Abram down on the court with Coach Schauer.
I'm joined on the floor by Coach Schauer. And Coach, after this one, a game where your team stayed close all throughout, couldn't quite get it at the end. What are your thoughts on this one here?
I thought the beginning of the second half is where it really cost us. We went into at halftime and just talked about taking care of the ball and making better plays with the basketball, and I thought early in that second half we just didn't do it. Luke and Aston have a tendency to give the ball up so early in transition and then expect Kobe or Spencer to make plays, and I wish they'd keep it just because they're so good with it. Really proud of our guys. We were down 9-10 points a couple times and really battled, but we're not really in the business of moral victories. I felt like we had a chance to win tonight and didn't execute a couple times, and hopefully we'll grow a little bit from it.
Thank you, Coach. All right, so after a close one here at King Arena, the final 77-73, Augustana takes the victory. But one thing to remember, these teams will meet again later in the season. So we'll see how that goes. This time it'll be at Augustana. For now, the Thunder have got to take this one back to the locker room and come back next game. For Owen Phoenix, all the rest of us at WTSN and Sun Communications, I'm Abram Erickson. Thank you. Have a great night.